Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 20th June 2023. My name is T.S.V. Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. hariboltrsvnectar nectar. In this particular vlog, in all my previous videos, we have been discussing about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video in this blog is no exception to that rule. In fact, it is a mere continuation of all that we have been talking about in my previous videos. Kindly subscribe to this video and press that bell icon so that I may keep reminding you of all my previous videos. So let us begin with today's topic. For the past few videos, we have been talking about a subject called karma and its implications in the life of a living human entity, whether male or female. We shall talk about one important case history in this matter to vouch for the importance of karma in one's lifetime. We should remember before continuing that there is a storage called Sanchit Karma from which a slice of karma is taken out by a living entity for a particular birth in this material world to work out in his or her lifetime. This slice of karma is known as prarabdha karma. This is the karma which puts that person in an orbit, and on an average, a person lives and dies in that orbit. However, there are some who try to change their orbit. Whether they want to remain in this orbit or change that orbit, they do something according to their free will. This is another set of karma called Kriyamana karma. Of this set of karma called Kriyaman karma, some is worked out in this particular lifetime and the other is again stored into his or her Sanchit karma. So the cycle goes on. Today's case history is about one particular person whose life history gives us an idea about how karma works. There is a seashore town in central Tamil Nadu, India, which is known as Kadal Ugur. Kadal means sea in Tamil, and this place, because it is on the seashore, is known as Kadal Ur. In one of the villages of Kadalur district, one boy was born in an humble family of a person who ran a bunk shop in that area. This boy was named Mastan Mirza by his family. This guy remained in Kadalur for a couple of years. Then something, either a flood, a cyclone, or a drought followed, and hence their family had to hurriedly leave Kadalur for good. At that time, this boy, Mastan, arrived with his family to a place called Bombay, which is now called Mumbai. Bombay or Mumbai is the commercial capital of India, and it is on the western side of India in a state called Maharashtra. This boy initially knew hardly any Hindi or Marathi, which were the two languages prevalent in Bombay. This guy knew only Tamil, which was being spoken in Kadalur. Their family settled in a place called Crawford Market in Bombay, where his father started a cycle repair shop. Before proceeding further, let me tell you that this living entity called Mastan must have been directly or indirectly connected to the sea, either on the shore or inside, in his previous lifetimes, as a result of which the slice of karma that he came to be used for being born as Mastan had seashore in it. This resulted in his being born in the eastern seashore of Kadalur, while when they all ran away, they settled in the western seashore of Bombay. How authenticated this is, or how important this is in the life of this boy called Mastan, we'll know further. Initially, this boy hardly had any schooling either in Kadalur or in Bombay. At a very, very early and tender age, he joined his father in the cycle repair shop. This Crawford Market is near the Bombay dockyard. Dockyard is near the Arabian Sea or on the shores of Arabian Sea. When this boy reached his teens, someone suggested that he could make more money in the dockyard as a porter instead of slogging in his father's cycle repair shop. This boy took the advice and joined the Bombay dockyard as a porter. This was this boy's initial job in the Bombay dockyard. At that time, though this boy was not educated, he was very street smart. Soon he found that smuggling was rampant in the Bombay dockyard. Pilferage, theft, smuggling, etc., were being used by people to earn extra bucks. Smuggling was of gold, electronic goods, clothes, foreign items, etc. In this, the Seths or the big shots were the sheikhs of Arabia or Midwest or Middle East, and the porters were the Indian porters from the Bombay dockyard. This boy soon joined the fray in that line. After some teething troubles, he became adept at smuggling these goods from ships in the Middle East ships to the Bombay dockyard and into the city. Here he sold it to different businessmen who in turn sold it to public at very high prices. Mastan was learning fast. One day he came across a sheikh or a Middle East rich man who took a fancy for Mastan and offered him to take him into his own fold. Mastan agreed. Now Mastan became exclusively an agent for that sheikh. By now, Mastan was making money hand over fist, but with this position, he became further richer and wealthier, more resourceful, more influential, and more powerful. Mastan succeeded in smuggling a lot of goods for that sheikh. That sheikh was extremely wealthy, and he did not want to venture out of his own fiefdom in the Mid East or Arab countries. Mastan became this man's delivery boy come agent. Thanks to the finances provided by that sheikh and through his own resources, Mastan purchased or hired a couple of fishing boats called dhows and began a continuous chain of smuggling activities from one of the countries of Middle East to India. In this process, both Sheikh and Mastan made a lot of money. During this time, Mastan took an opportunity to visit the holy land of Muslims called Mecca. As soon as he did so, his name changed to Haji Mastan. Now, before proceeding further, let us see. This boy had been born with a prarabdha karma in Kadalur, Tamil Nadu, India. This prarabdha karma also brought him to Bombay, the western seashore town and commercial capital of India. Here, this boy worked as a pulley, which was also probably his prarabdha karma. But as soon as he became a smuggler of sorts, his prarabdha karma left out and tossed him into kriyamana karma, or work done in a particular lifetime. Now, kriyamana karma took over the life of Haji Mastan. This guy started doing something with his free will that brought him to a position where he stood as on that particular date 30 or 40 years ago. After this, in the year 1977 or 75, this guy was arrested because of his own smuggling activities in Kriyamana Karma. He continued his Kriyamana Karma and retired from smuggling for good. He surrendered to the great Indian leader and emancipator called Jayaprakash Narayan. After this, he joined another smuggler called Mr. Yusuf Patel, who had a keen business acumen. This businessman called Yusuf Patel purchased very many small flats in Crawford Market and surrounding areas and built a lot of buildings in that area after vacating the occupants. Haji Mastan joined into this fray now, and he converted all his illegal wealth into legitimate wealth through the building industry. Now, Haji Mastan, who was at most a millionaire during that time when he was a smuggler, suddenly became a billionaire. He became extremely rich, influential, powerful, and held a lot of clout in the Muslim community of Bombay. He started his own political party and joined politics. Meanwhile, he either helped financially or otherwise some Muslim communities which were settled in a place called Bhiwandi in the outskirts of Bombay. In politics, Haji Mirza Mastan found some measure of success. He was now a cycle shop mechanic turned dockyard porter, then a smuggler, then a successful businessman and builder, then a political leader, and ultimately something of a living legend in India and abroad. For a guy who had hardly gone to school in his lifetime, this was quite a coming. Not only that, his Kriyamana karma was far more powerful than the slice of prarabdha karma that he was born with. If this guy had not been ambitious, resourceful, and intelligent, Probably he would have remained maximum a cycle shop owner in Crawford Market, or could have become a fisherman of sorts. But he was dynamic, and due to his own free will made his Kriyamana karma do so much that he achieved stupendous success. Now, whatever Kriyamana karma he could not work out in this lifetime would be stored in his own Sanchit karma for his future births. Haji Mastan died in his 70s quietly in his bed. By that time, he had become an icon and a very, very powerful financial, business, commercial, and political figure. This is how karma works. It first gives you a slice of your previous Sanchit karma. You are born into an orbit according to your own Sanchit karma. But then, through your free will, you make choices in your this lifetime which make you do your work in your Kriyamana karma. This may take you into any direction, good, bad, or indifferent. In fact, it may take some people to dizzy heights, though some may go to abysmal levels also, according to their own Kriyamana karma. That is precisely the reason that there is a proverb: don't judge a person by the way he or she lives, judge him or her too by the way he or she dies. Because about birth, we don't know much about that person, but at death, we know this person, and we know by then that his or her death is caused by a mixture of his or her prarabdha karma and his or her kriyamana karma. Now, Haji Mastan died peacefully on the bed. That shows that despite his notoriety and rumors about him as a criminal, this guy was probably far more decent than the criminal that people thought he was. That was precisely the reason why even his own Kriyamana karma could do nothing negative in his life. Not only that, a fisher boy called Mastan from Kadalur became Haji Mastan Mirza just because of his using his free will positively. This is one case history which tells us how high we can rise if we want to. It is another matter that it pertains to a not so savory a character. But now, after learning about his lifetime, we feel that probably in this case the public was wrong. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this particular case history. Please give me your own expert opinions, thoughts, and ideas so that I may blend everything together for the sake of the society. Before concluding, let me remind you that I am also a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.